Thursdays, and I miss my beaver readers. So you might have heard me previously starting my recording, and I am dog sitting for my friend. And so you might hear a little bit of Maddie and Isabella engaging in this really, really powerful story. But I want to make sure that we talk a little bit about what we're doing today. So First Chapter Thursdays is all about really good books, really amazing stories that we want to share with one another. So the books I'm choosing have actually been chosen by you or staff members so that we can share our Summer Beaver Reader list in advance. So I am recording it on Zoom. It's going to be available unlisted on Schoology. And then as well, I'm doing Instagram Live right now. So I'm going to be reading the first chapter of Moonrise by Sarah Crossman. So I don't know a single person who thinks our justice system is amazing. I know that all of us see holes and patterns and concerns, and especially as we talk about taking people's lives when they have committed crimes that are so unimaginable that we feel like that is part of our system. So that's what this story is actually about, is about living, love, forgiveness. And it's about two brothers, one who left. And so this is a story of Joe and Ed, and this first chapter, which is all I'm going to be reading, so I want you excited about it, it's called The First Call. And Joe is 17 in the book, but for the part of this story, he's 7. And Ed is calling him. So Joe is 7 in the story at this moment. Later he gets older. And then Ed is calling him, and he's calling him from jail. Okay. The first call. The green phone on the wall in the hall hardly ever rang. Anyone who wanted to speak to Mom called her cell. I mean, same with Angela. I listened to the jangle for a few seconds before picking it up. Hello? Joe. It was Ed. He hadn't been in touch for weeks. Started to worry. Wondered if he was ever coming home. Is Angela there? He was breathing fast, as though someone was chasing him in the background. Hard voices, a door slamming. Angela's at soccer practice, I said. And Mom? No idea. Hey, Ed, I found a baseball glove at the park. Will you be back soon to play? Ed sighed heavily. I don't know, Joe. Oh. I picked at the peeling paint on the wall. Another sigh from my big brother. I got arrested, Joe. They think I'd done something real bad. I pressed the receiver tight against my ear. What do they think you done? They think I hurt someone, but I didn't, you hear? Yeah. I mean it. You hear me? Because people are going to be telling you all kinds of lies. I need you to know the truth. The front door opened. I stormed in carrying a bag of groceries. And they were groceries for my sister Conjure to dinner. The police got Ed, I shouted. I held out the phone and I snatched it from me, dropping the bag. A tangerine rolled across the rug. I picked it up, the skin cold and rough. Ed, what's going on? How can they make that sort of mistake? No, don't shout at me. No, I know, but I don't have the money for Ed. Stay calm. I'll call Karen. I said I'd call Karen. Stop shouting at me. Ed, for Christ's sake, I'm just not able to. Ed? She held the phone away from her ear and scowled like it had bitten her. The cops are charging him with murder, she said. I was 7. I didn't know what that meant. Did he owe someone money? He didn't even have any money to pay the electricity bill. My sneakers were so small, they made the tips of my toes white. Can I call him back? I asked. The tangerine was still in my hand. I wanted to throw it in Mom's face and hurt her. No, she said, and don't expect to speak to him for a long time. I didn't believe her. I thought Ed would call. I thought he'd come home. But he never did. Readers, that's the first chapter. This book is actually written in verse. There's lots of white on the page. I don't know if you could see that. It goes really, really quickly. And I want you to think about for a minute. Imagine if you are Joe and it has now been 10 years. So 10 years since that phone call. And Ed calls him and lets him know that his execution date has been set. He is on death row and he has weeks left to live. And he wants to say goodbye to Joe. Joe makes a decision between his junior and senior year that summer. He moves down to where the prison is, and he spends whatever time he can visiting Ed. So when you think about what people do and don't do, what we're willing to forgive, what you're willing to do for family, who are our chosen family, and just what do you place in terms of value? What kind of value do you place on life, forgiveness? And then when you're faced with this really hard situation like Joe is with Ed, how do you say goodbye? So this book destroyed me. It's one of my favorite books on the list. It's why I read it to you today. There are no easy answers. I don't pretend there are. But I think everyone would be a better person for reading this book. So it is Sarah Crossman's book called Moonrise. And I am really, really excited for Beaver readers to get a hold of it. So that is it for today, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am inviting all future Beaver readers and Beaver readers to be part of our work here today. And you are all invited to see me soon. Tomorrow we have, if you're a Beaver reader, we have so much happening. I invite you all to be part of it.